Hey boys, what's up? So we actually got this YouTuber Diesel Patches actually making a commentary video about One Punch Man and just kind of how the season's flopping. Honestly, this surprised me because he usually just, he's kind of more of like a slop tuber who just kind of posts about like streamer drama and whatnot, you know? But yeah, I'm honestly glad to see him branching out to anime a little bit.
Remember when deluded and incredulous fools who claimed that One Punch Man Season 3 would get better? They're just cooking for the last few episodes, because that's when things get real serious. Trust, guys, the Flashy Flash fight was pretty good. It had movement. I kind of refrained
Okay, honestly, I didn't think the Flashy Flash fight was like super horrible. It was decent.
from talking about the last two episodes of One Punch Man because I didn't want to say the episodes are okay or passable just to then pretend things will get better from here on out. And it would seem I have made the right
Ah,
decision
that's gotta hurt.
because episode 10 has dethroned episode 6 as the worst episode in the entire series. Episode 6 is
Damn.
essentially just mediocre
I didn't even think episode 10 was that bad. It was cool that we got to see Zombie Man doing his thing and shit.
art and stiff animation. However, this is also a heavy dialogue episode, so it doesn't really have too much janky animation. Episode 10 not only has all of the issues from episode 6, but this is an episode with multiple fight scenes, so the animation being low budget is a lot more noticeable. The art is not only just mediocre, it's downright horrendous at some points. I mean,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? The quality of this still image kind of reminds me of when the Halo Infinite trailer dropped and that goofy looking
Honestly, I didn't think this was too bad, but it might just be because my expectations are so much lower at this point, man. Like, Bandai Namco really messed up this new season, bro. Fuck.
brute came up, leading to everyone naming him Craig. I don't know. Maybe it was a form of censorship to make the monster look less scary or something like that. The reason I bring this up as a possibility is because JC staff, for whatever reason, has decided to use 4Kids Studio tactics to make their show more
Yeah,
PG.
I heard about this. They gave Zombie Man a little lollipop instead of a cigar.
The most notorious scene from this episode, resembling the 4Kids aesthetic, is from Zombie Man. Zombie Man in the manga smokes cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's a filthy, filthy habit, but it does make him look cool. In the anime, after killing a bunch of monsters and needing something to relieve all that stress, instead of whipping out a pack of Newports, Zombie Man decides to whip out a lollipop and lick it.
Isn't it crazy how in anime you can show a bunch of blood in the most like crazy, like goriest shit, just bloody shit? But when it comes to smoking, that's where we draw the line and gotta censor it. It's amazing.
Yeah, just a reminder, hypersexual demons and
Oh yeah, nah, she was, bro. This shit was crazy. I didn't even know she was gonna end up liking like a my mask, bro. And then he passes up on the offer, bro. Hey, if it was me, bro, I might have taken that off.
extreme violence is totally fine. Cigarettes, though, oh, that's crossing a line. I love how
Exactly.
Zombie Man is covered in blood and fucking demon guts, yet it's the cigarette that needs to be removed. Last time we looked
Straight
at an
up, bro.
episode from season 3, we had an animator going full on damage control for the season for
Okay.
the past couple of shitty episodes. He essentially claimed that the animators are trying their hardest, so everyone should just stop complaining. It may be our jobs, but it's also our lives, which, you know, many of us are paying for the product through a monthly subscription, so we are allowed to have standards and expectations.
Yeah.
However, this time, we don't have someone behind the scenes making excuses. An animator at JC staff named Kenshiro Aoki, who was one of the few saving graces for the second season of One Punch Man, has already expressed his distaste for the third season before episode 10, but now he's giving the
Oh,
viewers
wait,
his
what? I gotta fix it all because it itches so good. Wait, what? What's going on? Why does that sound dirty for some reason, bro? Wait,
taste for
what?
the third season before episode 10, but now he's giving the viewers somewhat of an explanation for why the 10th episode looks incredibly unpolished. It looks like some cuts where I made fixes didn't make it in time, and they aren't even used.
Bro, this nigga really had the nerve to put the little eyeball emoji, bro. I can't take him seriously after this shit. He put the emoji placement isn't even that good, bro. Wouldn't you put it at the end? Fuck is wrong with you?
The animation elements get locked in during the initial layout and
Here we go. Yeah, good, good.
staging check phase. No matter how much you try to tweak things midway, if the rhythm of that first animation was off, it just stays that way. I would say this description of what happened is fairly accurate considering what we got.
But wait, Diesel, what about Zombie Man vs. Pureblood? That fight may have not been season 1 quality, but it was pretty decent.
No, I don't really blame people for having this reaction. It's like when we see the slightest bit of movement, our brains tell us that this is better than watching still pictures talk to each other. So the next step is to call it passable. Yes, there is movement. However, movement isn't the only aspect that sells a scene. Direction was way off with random cuts, but worst of all was easily the sound design. It's not as bad as the
Bro, it's just overall cooked. We don't really have to do this, bro. One Punch Man, it's just cooked, man. Horrible animation team.
sword clinging from Berserk 2016, which was so bad it became a meme, but hearing the sound design in the Zombie Man fight unlocked a core memory. I thought to myself, hey, I've heard this shit before. This is the same combat audio used from the Lego Batman game that was released 17 years ago.
Oh my god. They caught. Y'all playing with this, bro. They playing with this. Wow, okay. Cool.
Going back to the animation, it is funny that Garo's sliding down the hill scene became a meme, but the sliding PNG technique is now the norm. Oh, just be happy with the product, you fucking goofus. We're working our asses off over here. And now, time management and budgeting plays the biggest factor here, but we're not going to pretend the animators are cooking some real spicy shit here. I'm not going to lambaste the animators and pretend it's all their fault, but I'm also not going to pretend the finished product is good. We can acknowledge they did the best with what they had, but the more that people accept this season is passable, the lower the standards will become, and the subreddit is going to be seeing a lot more members. There's something interesting that Season 3 has done, and I actually don't mind it, is the usage of retcon chapters over the canon material, such as the My Mask killing the Narinki squad and
Nah, bro, bro, they can't be cutting out actual content from the manga, cause, bro, with episode 9, they used retcon shit, and then it's like, they cut out a lot of important stuff
My Mask
from Child Emperor's backstory, and just, like, stuff like that, bro. Nah, man.
over the canon material, such as a My Mask killing the Narinki squad and a My
That
Mask
was
killing
crazy.
Does, the original Phoenix Man versus Child Emperor fight, and the original Orochi versus Saitama fight in the opening. The reason I actually like this is because I do prefer the older versions of these scenes. And My Mask is one of my favorite characters in One Punch Man, and part of
Okay.
building up to his character arc, which I won't spoil, is showing just how ruthless he is. His ideology is that all monsters need to be killed, and I don't really like the idea of him
Nah, why you gotta kill the shorty, though? Why you gotta kill the baddie? Come on, bruh. And she was begging for her life. Fuck, bro. Fuck.
Airing one for Gooner Bait. I'm also a webcomic stan, and I prefer that version of Garo's character arc over the manga, so if the anime actually goes so far off from the manga and adapts the webcomic, I wouldn't be mad about it, because it would actually have some meaning behind its existence. My guess for why JC Staff is adapting from the non-canon material is due to the idea of the studio greenlighting Season 4 is just out of the fucking question at this point, so they're just kind of doing their own thing, and whatever they want, because they don't need to follow up any sort of continuity. But yeah, One Punch Man Season 3 is easily the most disappointing anime I've ever seen, based on the previous quality and how long.
Guys, if y'all liked One Punch Man, I would honestly just say at this point, just go watch Gachi Akuda instead. Just go watch Sakamoto Days Season 2 instead. Because One Punch Man, this shit, it's freaking cooked at this point. Just read the manga if you need to. But yeah, I've been keeping up with Gachi Akuda, and that's really all that's been making my day nowadays, bro. My Hero Academia just ended too, by the way. So yeah, just watch Gachi Akuda instead, guys. Peace.